Hello everyone, this is Ola. Now with the third video of the vision physiology, and here we will go over the visual processes. There are two important spots on the retina of the eye. The optic disc, which is the starting point of the optic nerve, where the optic nerve fibers gather and go as the optic nerve, and this is the blind spot. So if any vision images come here, we will not be able to see them. On the other hand, the fovea centralis has the clearest vision, responsible for the sharp central vision. The photoreceptors are two types, rods and cones. The cones ones are the clearest cones for clarity. So they work during the daytime uh, in bright light, and also they are responsible for the color vision. Each cone is attached to one individual optic neuron. So the light must strike this individual cone so that action potential happen. So here, if you look at that image, here the cones in red color, they synapse with one individual neuron. So when the light comes here, it must stimulate the cone, the individual cone, so that action potential goes along the neuron. On the other hand, the rods, and they are responsible for dim light vision, black and white vision, they are very sensitive because many rods synapse with a single optic neuron. So the roads here are in purple color, and as you can see here, four of them are synapsing with a neuron. This means that if the light strikes only one of them, action potential happen during dim light vision. So the roads are really very sensitive, and the least amount of light will be able to stimulate them. But the cones need bright light, which is strong enough to stimulate each individual cone. Um, the cones are about 6 millions. How about the roads? They are 120 millions because they are really sensitive. And the visual pigment in the roads is rhodopsin, and it is mainly vitamin A. That's why if there is a lack in vitamin A, this would lead to blindness during night or weak night vision. The cones are responsible for the color vision, and there are three kinds of cones: red, green, and blue. Then different colors come from responding to the different wavelength of light overlapping. So we can see different colors like orange, like pink, and so on. So here, in case of color blindness, um, the person would not be able to read all of these numbers. So here I can see 7, here I can see 8, here I can see 12, and here it's 9. If you are trying to test yourself and you are not able to read any of the colors, you might have a color blindness on one and more colors. Color blindness is more common among males because it is on the X-linked chromosome, and since they have only one X, if this is affected, then color blindness happen. In female, because they have X chromosomes, if one is affected and the other is healthy, they will be only carriers and they will not be color blind. How does the retina convert the light into nerve impulse? So the light travels through the eye layers to go to the retina. Then it goes first at the very back of the retina. So it goes this way through the cavity of the eye, and then it goes through all of these layers without stimulating them until it begins here at the pigment epithelial cells that clarify the light and absorb any extra light. Then the light goes to strike the rods or cones, and then from them, from the photoreceptors, the impulse goes to the bipolar cells, and then from the bipolar cells, the signal goes to the ganglion cells. So from the photoreceptors to bipolar cells to ganglion cells. And the axons of those ganglion cells gather to make the optic nerve that exits the eye carrying vision. Now with the vision pathway. So here is the right vision field. Here is the left vision field. If you look at your central vision, it goes to the lateral side of the retina, which we call temporal retina, not in the center, the lateral side. So this blue here is central to the right eye, and if you follow it, it goes here to the lateral side of the retina of the right eye that we call temporal retina. Now, this green in reference to the left eye is in the center, and it goes also to the lateral side of the left retina that we call temporal retina. How about the peripheral field of vision? It goes to the central retina that we call the nasal retina, closer to the nose. So this green goes to the right eye, and then it goes here to the nasal retina of the right eye. This blue, which is the peripheral field for the left eye, goes here to the nasal retina of the left eye. Then the vision goes with the optic nerves. So the right optic nerve has the vision from the right eye, and the left optic nerve has the vision from the left eye. Then we have the optic chiasma. The optic chiasma has the green from the right eye, and the green is the peripheral field of the right eye, and it has the blue from the left eye, which is the peripheral field of the left eye. This means that the optic chiasma has the peripheral vision from both eyes. Remember here we have a gland, which is the pituitary gland. How about if there is a tumor affecting the pituitary gland? It pressures the optic chiasma, and what would happen here is peripheral field blindness on both eyes. Okay, so from the optic nerve to the optic chiasma, now the vision goes to the optic tract. The right optic tract has the left vision field, meaning it has the central vision from the right eye and the peripheral vision from the left eye. So here is the green here is the right optic tract, and it has the central vision of its own side, which is the right eye. And the blue here is the peripheral vision of the left eye, meaning it has your left field of vision. When you look to your left, your right optic tract carries that vision. On the other hand, the green one here, which is the left optic tract, has the right vision field, which is here in green color. So it has the central vision from the eye on its side, which is the left eye, and the peripheral vision from the right eye. So it has your right vision field. When you look to your right side, your left optic tract has that vision. So again, we have optic nerve, then optic chiasma, then optic tract. Then we have the thalamus. Remember, the thalamus is a sensory gateway for every sensation except smell. So here, the optic tract fibers synapse with the lateral geniculate nucleus in the thalamus. From there, we have the optic radiation carrying the vision to the occipital lobe, which is the vision center. So the right occipital lobe has your left vision field, and the left occipital lobe has your right vision field. So how about if there is a damage in the right optic tract? What would result? Your left vision field will be blind, meaning that the central vision of the right eye and the peripheral vision of the left eye will be blind. How about if we have a vision in the left optic tract, then the right vision field will be blind, meaning the left eye central vision and the right eye peripheral vision, your right vision field. How about if there is a damage to the optic chiasm or chiasma? Now there would be peripheral field blindness. So the peripheral field on both eyes would be blind, but the central vision will be okay. Okay, now with some review questions. The peripheral visual field goes to what part of the retina? It goes to the opposite part of the peripheral, which is the central retina that we call nasal retina. The central visual field goes to what part of the retina? It goes to the lateral or temporal part of the retina. Where does the light start stimulating in the retina? It begins at the photoreceptors, rods and cones, then bipolar layer, then ganglion cells, and then the axons of the ganglion cells gather to make the optic nerve. What structure carries the vision from the right eye? It is the right optic nerve. How about the structure having the vision from the left eye? The left optic nerve. What carries the peripheral field of vision from both eyes? The optic chiasma. What carries the central vision of the right eye and the peripheral vision of the left eye? The left eye central vision and right eye peripheral vision is carried with the left optic tract. Remember that the left optic tract carries your right field of vision. Okay, How about the structure having the right central vision and the left peripheral vision, meaning your right vision field? So it has the right central vision from the right eye and the peripheral vision from the left eye. It is the left optic tract. So your right vision field is carried by left optic tract and the left vision field is carried by the right optic tract. Okay, now let's put the vision pathway in the correct order, beginning with the optic nerve. So the optic nerve comes first, then we have optic chiasma. From the optic chiasma, the vision goes to the optic tract. From the optic tract, it goes to the thalamus, then to the optic radiation, and finally to the occipital lobe.